Today we're going to be talking about current accommodations for esports players with disabilities. First, I think it's important to ask ourselves, is esports inclusive for people with disabilities? According to an article that I found, 66% of gamers with disabilities said that they face barriers or issues relating to gaming. And out of those 66%, 91% claim that their disability affects their gaming directly. Now, you might be asking, how many people in the esports world do, in fact, have a disability? And according to Esports Insider, that happens to be an astounding 400 million, which is why I think this is an important topic to cover and one that we can use to help the esports world grow and become more accessible. I have to ask now, is there accessible gaming equipment in tournaments? According to Esports Insider, currently any equipment adaptations is currently not allowed to be used to prevent cheating. Basically, what this means is if a player with a disability that used accessible equipment wanted to be in a tournament, they would not be allowed because it would be seen as a form of cheating. Obviously, this is not inclusive to them, and compromise needs to be made in order to make sure that everyone can compete. The last and I think the most important question is, how do we make these games more accessible? So we see that there's this issue with accessibility and players with disabilities. So how do we fix that? Well, when I was reading this article, one of the things that stood out to me was that people with disabilities felt like they were not heard by the esports community. In result to this, they said that it would be best to ask for feedback from players with disabilities, such as before or after an event, maybe after they played a game for the first time, how could they improve it, and etc. Also, bigger controllers, so you can increase the size of the buttons, maybe for someone who has a motor disability, if there was a way to accommodate the controller to work for them. Also, a colorblind mode for people that are colorblind. They would be able to not have to struggle to detect the colors on the controller or maybe in the game, including direct voice input and removal of automated inputs, also for people with motor disabilities. And for those that are visually impaired, maybe including high contrast color schemes, a larger text size, zoom options, etc. This article, I think, was the most interesting because it really got that one-on-one conversation between people with disabilities that go through this struggle in the esports community and how they wanted to move past it, build from it, and grow into a more accessible community. Finally, I have my APA references, and I hope this was very informational, interesting, and I cannot wait to see what the esports world does for people with disabilities. Thank you.